welcome back to my reviews of my favorite Transformers cartoon ever, Beast Wars. In today's review, we're taking a look at the episode Victory, not to be confused with the Transformers series Victory. Oh, Primus, I cannot wait to talk about Victory and the rest of the Takara trilogy. But that's a long ways off. In this episode, the Predacons are seemingly destroyed. So, with the enemy defeated, the Maximals prepare to return home to Cybertron. But it seems that things are not as they appear. We begin this episode with the Maximals watching some reality TV.
Cool! Now aren't you glad we got cable?
They watch Megatron and some of the other Predacons in the HOH room as he experiments on an Energon crystal. But when he wastes another crystal, the Predacons have finally had enough and vote to evict Megatron from the Big Bot household.
Shh! Look!
And after they detonate the large Energon crystal, it seems that this season of Big Bot Predacons is brought to an abrupt end. The Maximals go to investigate.
I detect no signs of life. Not a Pred energy signature anywhere.
Wait, how is Rhinox holding that tricorder with his little hoof? Also, are rhino feet called hooves?
Rhinoceroses have hoofed feet. They have 3 toes on each foot. Each toe is encased in a hard shell called a hoof.
So yes, technically rhinos have hooves. In fact, each of their toes is a hoof. So if they have 3 toes on each foot, and they have 4 feet, then that means, carry the 1, a rhinoceros actually has 12 hooves. Huh, that's some multiplication for you.
Can that be confirmed?
Inside the Predacon base, Rat Trap teases Dinobot, but he doesn't get a reaction.
Man, I'm pushing all of his hot buttons and I'm getting nada. What's with them?
Can't you figure it out?
So, what are we gonna do with Dinobot?
Why should we do anything?
Look, this ain't a good time to prove you're a wimp chimp, buddy, and he'll snuff you out the minute you turn your back.
You must really not know Dinobot as well as I thought you did, Rat Trap. I do like how in this episode, we get to see some of the dark side that we don't normally get to see very often. I also love Dinobot's little Hamlet moment here. It'll become kind of a defining aspect of his character.
Alas, poor Tarantulas. I knew him, Cheetor.
So, after salvaging the parts that they need from the Predacon ship, they return home to repair their own transwarp drive. And they get ready to go back to Cybertron.
Yeah! And about time, too. Ooh, I can just hear the dames crying for me.
Dames? So maybe Rat Trap is into fembots after all. Although, dame is also a term for an aloof, flamboyant gay as well. So who knows? Maybe that is what Rat Trap is into. Dinobot bids farewell to his comrades.
On Cybertron, I will merely be a Predacon criminal. But on this planet, I have no equal.
As Dinobot leaves, we can spot this weird black dot in the middle of the screen. Since this is an entirely CGI show, I am puzzled as to what this could be. It can't be dirt or something on the lens, because there is no lens. The only thing I can think of is that this is a result of the episode being transferred to physical media. Perhaps the master tape for this episode was slightly damaged or faulty in some way, resulting in this weird artifact. Again, I would love to be able to talk to some of the old mainframe staff to find out exactly what their process was of transferring the episodes from their computers to delivering them to TV stations like YTV, and how they were stored and copied for the eventual DVD releases by Rhino and Shout Factory. I know most people would probably find that stuff boring, but I think that would be really interesting to learn. After the commercial break, we see a cute little white mouse. Aww, so cute. I imagine that if there was ever a Beast Wars RC, this is what her alt mode would look like. You know, other than the BotCon exclusive repaint of Transmetal 2 Black Arachnia. But that was just a repaint of what? The only 2 girl molds in Beast Wars? So it was either Black Arachnia or Airraiser. I mean, if RC actually had her own Beast Wars body, I imagine she'd be more in line with her great nephew, Rat Trap. Sadly, this cute little mouse is eaten by tarantulas. Aw, poor thing. Also, ew.
Tarantula's fighting up already! If Waspinator does not stop cuddling me like a stuffed toy when he sleeps, I'll eat him as well! I like to see you try! Yes, I will! I will so!
So Tarantulas is thick, and Waspinator is the big spoon? How have these two not been shipped yet?
You all make me sick!
But thanks to Pterosaur's inadvertent discovery of our enemy's spy camera, we were able to pull this little deception. Yes.
I like how Megatron says deception here. He's obviously hinting at the whole Decepticon connection there.
We have only to wait until they repair their ship, and then attack while their guard is down.
So Megatron's plan was to wait for the Maximals to finish repairing their own ship, and then to steal it for themselves? I don't know. This seems like a dumb plan. How would they even know that they're done until they already started taking off? I think it actually would have been a better plan to just let them leave. Then enact Megatron's master plan of destroying Optimus Prime while in stasis. With no Maximals to interfere, Megatron's plan would have succeeded. By the way, why did the Maximals not search for the golden disc while on board the dark side? You would think that they'd want to recover that before going back to Cybertron. I mean, that is the whole point that they went after them in the first place, right? Maybe Megatron has it on his person, and the Maximals did search for it, but when they couldn't find it in the ship, they just assumed that it was destroyed in the explosion. So Dinobot discovers the Predacons and runs to warn the Maximals. Meanwhile, the Maximals are preparing to take off.
Man, when we get back to Cybertron, I am gonna take you to this sweet little hole in the wall where I guarantee...
Rat Trap, this is a kid's show. You can't talk about those kinds of holes in walls.
Oh man, that just shorts my circuits.
So Optimus and Cheetor go to save Dinobot. By the way, it looks like I was wrong. Optimus also uses his faceplate in this episode as well. And they each grab one of these Maximal Riot shields. Which, by the way, why isn't there a third-party accessory of this for Kingdom, Optimus Primal, and Cheetor? It seems like they were successful in rescuing Dinobot, but thanks to Scorponok, Optimus falls. Ouch. Monkey goes splat. And unfortunately, Megatron sneaks on board the Axelon by grabbing onto one of these... landing gear, I guess?
None of that vermin, no. For now, I shall crush you like a rat. In a trap.
Yep, that just is his name. Megatron's tail accidentally damages the ship's computer. Although, why can't Sentinel just... never mind. This leads into my favorite moment of this episode. And maybe one of my favorite moments in the whole series.
Is it a bird?
Maybe a plane.
It's Optimus!
Yes, Optimus Primal gets his Superman moment as he heroically saves the Axelon from crashing. Now why didn't he just fly up to the Axelon before, instead of going splat on the ground? This scene reminds me of that one in Superman Returns where he saves the airplane and lands it in a baseball stadium. And so the Axelon lands exactly where it was before, and once again, the Maximals' hopes of returning home to Cybertron are dashed for the second time in a row. And this episode ends with some classic bickering between Dinobot and Rat Trap.
Wouldn't want him any other way.
Go scurry through a maze, mouse.
Yeah? Well, why don't you come and make me, lizard lips?
They say if two people fight, they really care about each other. Me care about her?
Well, this was a pretty good episode. I like that we kind of got to see what would have happened if the Maximals had won the Beast Wars, especially this early on. It added a lot more depth to Dinobot's character, his relationship with Rat Trap, and his fellow Maximals in general. And it was great seeing more of the Maximal and Predacon ships, which we basically never get to see. I really wish there was some kind of virtual version of the Axelon and the Dark Side that you could walk through. You know, kind of like one of those virtual open houses. Then you could go through and see, oh, there's the bridge, here's the engine room, here's Rat Trap's room, here's Cheetor's, etc.
I bet one of them's in my room right now, going through my stuff.
Well, let me know what you thought of this episode of Beast Wars down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you back here next week for the next episode of Beast Wars Dark Designs. Another great and very interesting episode. So be sure to come back next time for that.